Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with my Battlefront II reveal wish list. If you guys didn't catch the news, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is being revealed over the weekend at Star Wars Celebration in Orlando like we speculated about in a previous video, and it's going to be on April 15th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They say we'll be presenting during the galaxy-wide premiere of Star Wars Battlefront 2 panel. Not able to attend in person, you'll still be able to watch online. Join the award-winning developers from DICE, Criterion, and Motive as they offer a glimpse at the game and debut the first trailer. Now, purely based off nostalgia, I was really excited for Battlefront in 2015, and I was sorely disappointed when I got my hands on the final product. Not because it was a bad game, because it has a good framework, but because of the fact that it was an incredibly shallow product and made me feel gutted for loving a franchise so much. So with this reveal coming up, I wanted to mark a couple of things I wanted to see specifically this weekend. Number one is that the reveal is actual gameplay. While I did like the initial reveal trailer for Battlefront, there was a lot of controversy surrounding it considering it was in-engine or in-game, and people were getting all flustered about it and they were like, oh, we're going to show you more at E3. For me personally, I'm a believer that CGI trailers are a thing of the past. I can't stand them anymore because when I see a game for the first time, I want to know what I'm going to be playing, not a depiction of an idea of what the game's going to be like. And if it's not ready to show gameplay, then I feel like you shouldn't be revealing your game at that point in time. So I'm really hoping at this weekend at Star Wars Celebration that when the game is finally revealed, we see the game itself. It seems to become a standard in our industry to actually start doing that, but still, ladies and gentlemen, it's something that you can't be too safe with EA, who at their own press conferences during E3, we see them do essentially documentaries of their own studios instead of showing off games. They'll show off prototypes and so on. So I felt it was good to mark that, yeah, I want to see the actual game. I understand and respect why CGI trailers can be useful for gamers, but for me personally, like I said, I don't really care until I see the gameplay. A good recent example is Destiny 2. I'm more than intrigued to see if this game will be a rebound, but to be honest, I don't care right now because the teaser and the official worldwide reveal trailer were both just nothing to really show off the game itself and what it's going to be like and what changes they're actually going to make. Number two is campaign details. We know that there's going to be a big focus on multiplayer with Battlefront 2. It's inevitable considering that Battlefront 1 was multiplayer only, but it's basically been confirmed that Battlefront 2 will have a campaign through conference calls and all that type of stuff. And what I'm hoping to hear is not just, hey, we're going to have a campaign, but details on the way the narrative will be told. Will we be a boots on the ground soldier going through the trenches? Or will this be a story told from multiple perspectives? Will he be playing as a person of importance within the Star Wars universe? How is this story going to be told? When's it going to be told? These are details I'd like to know right off the bat if they're going to be talking about the campaign, which I'd imagine they're going to do, considering the fact that it's going to be dedicated to an entire panel. I think we can all agree that even if you love Battlefront 1, which I can get why, that the biggest missing part was without a doubt content, not only in its multiplayer, which on launch, I know nowadays with the DLC it's a lot better. It was missing a lot of maps, it felt just very hollow in the terms of customization as well, and a campaign could have helped patch a hole in there. And I think with Battlefront 2, it's a necessity to have that campaign. So if they're going to be talking about it, yeah, I'd absolutely love to hear about the character we're going to be, when we're going to be exploring throughout this timeline, and so on. Now, since this is a wish list, I feel the need to toss one out there that most likely won't happen, which is number 3, confirm the Clone Wars in some way possible. I don't know how, man. I get the whole canon, non-canon, they want to focus on the new era of Star Wars. I get that, but please, what made Battlefront 2 so good was that you could flip between so many different factions instead of EA's Battlefront where it was just Rebels, Empire. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I got bored of it, just I like the idea of fighting against the droids as the Republic or mixing and matching factions that aren't supposed to fight each other. It was always a good time. Also, on a personal bias note, I just like the clones way more in the terms of design, lore, and so on. They're just much more interesting to me. So yeah, I'd love to see the clones come back in some way, form, or fashion. And the final wish I have for my Battlefront 2 reveal wish list, and this one I think might be a bigger pipe dream than the last one, but still I gotta toss it out there because I want my Galactic Conquest back. That was the mode in Battlefront 2 that hooked me for hours and hours and hours and hours, and my god, if they bring it back, I would be so happy. And in fact, that they made it a multiplayer mode That would be insane. For those who don't know what Galactic Conquest is, essentially it added a layer of minor strategy within the Battlefront formula, where you'd have to purchase perks and upgrades that would make your army stronger. For example, you could apply a garrison before the battle begins, so that if you're losing the battle, you'll get a resupply of troops at the losing point and maybe turn it around into a win. Or you could buy the heroes, or you could upgrade your weapons. They were, like I said, very minor perks, but what they allowed you to do was play around in the universe, travel from planet to planet, and the goal was to take over the entire galaxy as whatever faction you're picking as, and then you'd get an ending once you've conquered the entire galaxy. It was something that was in each and every Battlefront. It was a staple of the franchise, and Battlefront from EA removed it, and it just upsets me so much. So I'd really love to see that return and evolve the formula, make it more strategic, add more options. But just the idea of traveling the galaxy and fighting on these maps for actual control against someone else, it's a formula and an idea that's really uncommon in games nowadays, where if I'm EA, I want to take advantage of that and make my game even more unique. You have the advantage of it being Star Wars. Make it even more unique. Anyway, those are my wishes for the Battlefront 2 reveal. I'm looking very much forward to it. You know I'm going to be breaking down the trailer regardless, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on if I think it's going to be good or not, based on what they show us, that is. And I'd love to hear what you guys want to see at Battlefront 2's reveal in the comments down below. I'm really happy we're ramping up the Star Wars videos. I feel like there was a hole in me, and now it's being filled. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are in the description down below. Consider contributing to the Patreon. It fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.